After transferring to Virginia Tech for their senior seasons, twin brothers Colin and Taylor Fitzpatrick have turned their new team's offense into a two-man show of dominance. They have the Hokies sitting at 8-0 despite playing a brutal schedule, and Colin sits alone on top of the Heisman watch. Today, we'll see if the brothers can finish the regular season undefeated to fight for the #1 seed in the playoff and continue to improve their draft stock. So Virginia Tech is up to #2 in the country, and today they've got Duke. We'll see if the brothers can keep the undefeated season going, and these Virginia Tech receivers continue to have some brick hands. So Taylor's gonna have to try to convert a long third down here. He's gonna try to make a tough throw to Green, but it gets swatted out of the sky, and the Hokies with a very rare 3 and out. Thankfully, Duke misses a field goal with their first possession, and Colin still doesn't have his first handoff. Taylor's gonna keep it this time after having a nice day on the ground last game. Need to get this run game going. That's when this offense really goes, and Colin's gonna get a block on the outside here. He'll get around the edge and is off to the races. We have seen this so many times this year. Colin just outspeeds everybody, and that'll put this offense in great position. Taylor's just got to finish the job here and has the out route to haul away nice and easy. Taylor has committed some turnovers in the past in this spot, but Duke is just giving him that cushion right now. Turner Bradshaw getting sat down after the curl route. Colin's still out. Coach is going to pass it from the 1-yard line, and Taylor just trusting Green. He's probably been my favorite receiver on this team this year, and we get the touchdown. As per usual, defense is having a really nice game today. We'll see if offense can keep it rolling, and Colin is going to escape there. He might be gone. We'll see if a safety can catch him, as he is using all his energy to get down the sideline and is just barely going to get caught down at the 5. Dang, bro. With that run, Colin Fitzpatrick sets the school rushing yards on a season record, and he's still got plenty of games to go. Once again, it'll be Taylor's job to finish the drive, and he is getting bum rushed here. He will take a terrible sack. Our boy ran directly into the pressure, and now he's going to have to make a throw. On 2nd and goal, he will roll out trying to find Colin. Instead, he'll go to the slant route, and that one probably should have been picked. All right, so a big time 3rd and goal here. We'll see what our boy can do, as he is going to throw the route over the middle. Reed makes a crazy catch. That ball probably could have been picked as well, and we'll have decision time going into the 2nd quarter. Looks like coach is going to put it on the ground and trust Colin, and the blocking to the edge is phenomenal. Our dude will be able to hurdle in for the touchdown. Yes, sir. Duke is able to get a field goal, and Colin just has a convoy here. He will rumble forward for 18 yards out of that. At this point, Colin's got to be considered one of the best players in college football history after only a couple of years of starting too. Taylor's job in this one is pretty much just to be a game manager, but he's throwing caution to the wind here, chucking up a very dangerous pass to Turner Bradshaw, and somehow dude comes down with it to make this a 1st and goal. So what was honestly an awful read from Taylor turns into a big gain. Sometimes things just work out your way, man, and Colin will reap the benefits with an easy touchdown. Duke has presented pretty much no threat whatsoever of winning this game, and Turner Bradshaw is going to get open again here. This time Taylor hits him perfectly in stride, and no one is going to catch him. He'll take this to the bank for an easy one. Now the stats are looking real nice on the day for both brothers. Colin trying to get the counter cooking, but Duke was just all over that. Thankfully, Taylor is dialed into Turner Bradshaw right now and finds him on the out route again. Once again, dude is doing good work after the catch, and now we got to go back to this triple option. You know I love the triple option, and this sets up perfectly, but I just pitched it a little bit too late. Dang it. Colin's been putting up good numbers today, but definitely not the numbers he's used to putting up. He's going to try to remedy that here though, as the Duke defenders are absolutely lost, and that'll be easy cash to close this one out. Pretty much what I expected, as defense put the clamps on Duke, and both brothers had a solid day today. So next up, we got a big game against Miami at home, and Taylor, not seeing anything open here, is going to get out of the pocket scrambling for a solid gain. We continue to see the improved speed for Taylor, and we'll see if Colin can ball out once again. He got a great block on the edge, but Miami looked like they were ready for the outside run. Sometimes it just doesn't matter with Colin though. He is too shifty. We're gonna go to the gun here on 1st and 10 and run a little counter, and once again Colin has a ton of space getting to the outside and trying to cut it back in, picking up 14. Love what I'm seeing from the run game so far. Now we got to get the pass game cooking, and Gosnell runs a nice little short corner route coming up with the catch. Just got to punch it in now. We've done a good job of that in the last couple of games, and Taylor is going to keep it on the read option. He will get into the end zone. Hokies did a great job of establishing the run right out the gate, and they will continue to hammer these outside runs with Colin. This one might be a house call, as nobody will be able to catch Colin Fitzpatrick. This is what we love to see. Already up over 100 rushing yards on the day. I'm just going to keep going with the run game until Miami stops it, and this triple option setting up nice. Taylor will get the pitch out to Colin, and once again Colin might be off to the races. This Miami defense is slower than I expected, and Colin is trying to lock down his 2nd straight Heisman Trophy today. All right, Alright, Miami is able to get a touchdown, and Taylor's pass falls incomplete on second down. I just don't think Miami's going to be able to stop us consistently, and Taylor's going to try to take a deep shot here. The Miami coverage totally busted, and Holloway is wide open. Hit his big play central today as he'll take this 81 yards to the casa. This is the crazy statistical game I've been waiting for, and we'll see if we can keep it going. Colin had a huge hole up the middle but couldn't quite get to it. This one looks to be a shootout headed into the second quarter, as Taylor is once again going to keep it on the ground and is once again going to pick up a solid gain. Colin just attracts so much attention. With Colin averaging 30 yards per carry right now, I don't know how much we'll need to pass the ball. Miami is trying to send everyone at him, but he just always finds the lane and hits it quick. Colin has 7 rushes for 175 yards so far in this one. Taylor's going to put it in the air here though, and has Turner Bradshaw, who will cut it back. A simple slant play is going to turn into another big touchdown, as this Hurricane defense has just been putrid. Their offense hasn't been half bad, but they haven't done nearly enough to compete with the 350 yards this Hokies offense is putting up and make that more. Colin is in his prime right now. This will go to the crib for 80 yards, looking just like his Northern Illinois days. If this doesn't cement Virginia Tech as the #1 team in the country, I don't know what will. They are just having their way with the Hurricanes. I think we could run anything and be successful at this point. With Colin having the crazy statistical game so far, we got to give him the rock here, as he will shake a dude out of his shoes and pick up 265 yards in the first half. Will exceed his season high, and now Taylor is going to pass it. Miami has to dedicate so many resources to stopping the run that Gosnell is going to get wide open, hitting a nifty spin move to stay in bounds. Benji Gosnell has been a really solid target at tight end this year, and with time ticking down in the half, Taylor's just got to punch this thing in the end zone, finding Turner Bradshaw on the out route. We'll go with some more read option on 1st and goal, and this is just beautifully blocked. Taylor will get yet another tutty. 49 points in the first half for Virginia Tech, and they are not trying to slow down yet, going with the triple option here, and that was not a good idea. This ball will end up on the turf, but an offensive lineman is going to pick it up with intent to run, and somehow, some way, he is going to stiff arm his way for a first down. What a nutty play. That is just the type of day that it's been for Miami. No matter what happens, they can't stop this Virginia Tech team, and Taylor's going to get out of the pocket, extending the play and finding Green downfield on the bounce route. The only thing that's going to stop Miami's misery is coach taking the starters out, as Taylor's having one of his best days today as well. And this is probably going to be the last drive we'll see from the brothers. Got to make it count, as Colin will get the rushing total up over 300 on the day. Colin's still averaging 25 yards per carry in this one, as Miami continues to devote more resources to the run, but it just doesn't matter. This man is unstoppable. I just want to see one more big play before he gets out of here, and the outside run sets up pretty nice. Just got to beat this guy, but Colin is tired after a day of running. Heading into the 4th quarter, we're going to pass it again, showing absolutely no regard for human life here, as Taylor will throw a dot to Gosnell across his body. And you know it's a bad day for Miami when toss plays are working on this game. Look at the pulling blockers just setting that up perfectly for a nice low gain. For 1st and goal, we'll go full on power, and Colin might be small and shifty, but he still has power in spades. He will get into the end zone as the Hokies annihilate the Hurricanes at home. Best game of the year for both of these boys, as Taylor was insanely efficient, 325 passer rating, and Colin averaged 20 yards per carry, 300 yards and 4 touchdowns on just 15 carries. Next up, we got another snow game against Wake Forest and their creepy ass mascot riding a motorcycle in the snow, bro. I gotta say, man, Demon Deacons gotta be one of the funniest NCAA football mascots. I am praying that this new college football game has mascot matchup. I mean, it's gotta have mascot matchup, right? No way they cooked a game for 10 years and don't give us mascot matchup, as this one's starting out nice for the passing game. Both of these brothers' confidence levels is through the roof after last game, and Wake Forest is going to do their best to stop this outside run for Colin. With Colin out of the game, we'll run a sneaky little pass play on 3rd and inches, and Taylor has been throwing that out route beautifully all year. Taylor has continued to get more and more comfortable being under center, which is a great skill for him to develop before he gets to the league. And Harrison St. Germain, who hasn't been so hot this year, gets a nice low gain, as I'm just trying to hit this out route again to punch it in. Tucker Holloway will get the reception, and Taylor's starting out this game 4 for 4. So it's the pass game that starts out cooking on the first drive, and Taylor is going to keep it here. He is not able to get out of the end zone. It's going to be a safety. I could have sworn the ball broke the plane, bro. That is pretty awkward, bro. Wake Forest is going to take the lead. Definitely not this offense's finest moment, but Colin is going to rectify the situation, getting out of dodge. But this dude took a pretty good pursuit angle. I don't know if I should have cut it in like that. Probably should have just tried to outspeed dude. Either way, that's a nice play to get us going. We'll continue to work that play action game and continue to work these out routes, which are just open every time it seems. Taylor's 5 for 5 so far, and most of those completions have been out routes. Colin getting the ball on the counter, and man, the left stick. Sometimes the left stick is just all you need. He will swerve around and get the touchdown, and that sets the school record for rushing touchdowns in a season. I can't believe he hadn't done that already. I gotta say, Wake Forest is kind of sticking around in this one. Hopefully this VT offense can keep it going. We're gonna go to the triple option play. Haven't broken off a touchdown from this in a minute. We'll see if we have one here. Colin is gonna try to get around the edge and can't quite do it. Still a first down though, and you gotta love the Hokie. He's always dancing around doing his thing. Like I said, bro, need that mascot matchup in the new game. The Hokie versus the Demon Deacon will go absolutely crazy. Gotta close out this half strong with a touchdown, as Colin's able to get it to the edge, but receiver did not hold his block, and we might have run a little bit too much time off the clock. Taylor's gonna have to cook here and trying to get something open. He is gonna take the deepest shot possible to Green, and that was actually a pinpoint pass. Unfortunately, Green can't come down with it. That one would have made Taylor's highlight reel for sure. Instead, on third down, he's gonna get out of the pocket and get hit. You better believe we are not punting the ball here. Taylor's gonna be running the 5 wide and will take the underneath to the receiver. Misses his guys. I was not expecting the linebacker to crash on that. Thankfully, defense is able to get a beautiful interception. I don't know this Virginia Tech roster so well, but there's some guy named Penix who just keeps catching interceptions this season. Anyways, this offense has to finish the deal here. I thought Taylor had the seam open for a second. He keeps on getting happy feet though, and that's gonna make it 3rd and 10. Taylor went from a pocket passer to a dude who looks like he's allergic to staying in the pocket, but he'll hang with it here, throwing a fastball to Colin that Colin drops. Come on, man. After we kick the field goal, Wake Forest comes out of halftime with a touchdown, and we might just be on upset alert here. Taylor's gonna keep it and just has absurd blocking. Faster quarterback would have made that a house call. All right, offense has got to wake up here. This is too close for comfort right now. We really just need to be sticking with the running game. Colin only has 9 carries today. He needs to get more than that, especially when he's averaging 10 yards a carry, but doesn't get anything on that one. Suddenly, this is a huge 3rd and 3, and Taylor's just gonna dump it off to Gosnell. Good job of just taking the smart read. After throwing for 70 yards on the first drive, Taylor's only had 40 the rest of the game, and he's missed a couple of big passes. With Colin feeling a little tired for whatever reason, it's all on him, but as long as the out route is there, we are a-okay. And Colin's gonna come back on the field. We need a big play out of dude, but Wake Forest does a great job of protecting the outside. All right, man, this has been tough. Wake Forest sending the dogs here, and Taylor can't get it out. It'll be 3rd and 17. All right, well, now we just gotta chuck it. Looks like zone coverage, and Taylor will try to get it up the seam. Gosnell able to catch it. Let's go. And Taylor feeling it after the big game, gets his team back to the line. This is gonna be man coverage from Wake Forest, but he has so much confidence in Gosnell right now. Dude has been a monster all year, and we'll stay in this 5 wide to try to punch it in, as that's man coverage again, and Turner Bradshaw drops the pass. Come on, bro. All right, let's not get too crazy here. We're just gonna run for it on 3rd and inches, and Colin will just go up the middle to pick that up. Outside of that one play, Colin hasn't gone too crazy today, but he will get the handoff on the read option and will get the touchdown. Hokies are back on top, but this will be a big 2-point conversion, as Taylor is going to get it to Colin. Colin fights to get in, and VT able to take a 7-point lead. Okay, the ship has been righted just a little bit. Wake Forest not able to get anything. Need a touchdown here to put this game away, and Colin trying to deliver it, but good tackling from Wake Forest. Normally dudes get juked out of their shoes by that. I'm gonna try to go back to the triple option for a cheap one here, as Wake Forest has been making things difficult today, but this will be as easy as it comes. Colin gets it and is off to the races. This time he will zig around the guy and won't be able to take this to the crib, but putting us in field goal range is all we needed. Now it's just a matter of running clock and taking the points, and this time Taylor has it on the read option. He'll slide down for a 6-yard gain. I don't see a whole lot of reason to pass the ball here, although Colin is dog tired. He is still gonna get to the edge and still going to outrun a couple of guys. The defenders must have been tired too, and Colin will hopefully put a bow on it with that one. All right, Wake Forest has continued to fight. All we need is 1 first down here though, and Colin is going to get near the first down. They're gonna give it to him. I did not think that was an 11-yard rush. So the Hokies should be getting out of here with a dub, as Colin's gonna try to get one last touchdown, hitting a dirty back juke, but actually loses the first down in the process. I was going for the highlight reel play, and Colin does get stopped short of the first. Thankfully, kicker makes the field goal, and that'll do it for this one. That might have actually been the closest game of the year, but we escape. All right, just one more regular season game. We got a little rivalry action against Virginia, and Colin is starting this one off hot with a juke move. He is around the edge and might be gone. Just one man to beat. Can he do it? No, not quite. It's gonna be 70 yards on the first play though. Taylor's just got to punch it into the end zone now. now, and he will find the trailer to get it down to the 1. QB sneak comes out on second and goal, and the Hokies started out hot. So Colin will take his second handoff after almost going to the crib on the first one, and he is stiff arming dudes to get 8. One thing that's been really impressive about Colin this season is he has added some power to his small frame. It very rarely takes the worst of a hit. Things are always easy when you can just lean on the ground game for offense. But Taylor's gonna have to make some throws eventually, and he's gonna try to get it cooking here from under center. Has the tight end for an easy game. That's that boy Gosnell. We love him. I gotta say, man, the numbers for Taylor this season have been lackluster. He hasn't been doing what I expected him to do in the passing game, but he finds Turner Bradshaw here, and he's off to a good start in this one. I was really expecting the brothers to be in more of a genuine competition for the Heisman, but I feel like this offense just doesn't really play to Taylor's strengths. And honestly, without a passing game, I don't know how well it would play to Colin's strengths either. I think the last offenses both of them played on were better off for them, but I do think this season has definitely made them into better NFL players. It's definitely forced both of them out of their comfort zones. And you gotta wonder, man, will this duo find a way to stay together in the NFL? It all depends on where both of them go in the draft. And Gosnell making another nice catch there. Honestly, even though he's a small running back, I see Colin going in the first 2 picks for sure. But Taylor, I'm not so sure. He might be like a 4th round guy, something like that. So it's definitely conceivable they could end up on the same team. But I don't know if Taylor would start right away in the NFL. He's still got a long ways to develop if he wants to get there. He has started out this game a clean 8 for 8. But of course, Thomas is going to drop it right when I say that to ruin it. Got to pick up this 3rd down here. And thankfully, Taylor's going to have a read right off the line. Not sure what the Virginia defensive coordinator was thinking on that one. Another score before halftime could turn this one into a blowout, as Taylor's just rolling out against the man coverage here. He'll try to make a throw to A, and that is Reed again, this time making a contested catch. And with Taylor tired as hell, Colin is going to get the touchdown this time. Virginia is kind of sort of hanging around in this one, as Colin hasn't gone too crazy since that first play, but he finds a lane here and is somehow able to cut it out. Colin just has one guy to outrun, and I feel like last year he would have done it, but this year he cannot. For some reason in this offense, Colin tends to tire a little bit more easily. I'm not sure what exactly it is. That's what makes Taylor's play so important to this team's success. Big 3rd down here right on the edge of field goal range, and Taylor is going to have the curl route easily. I was hoping Holloway could make that dude miss. Statistically, Taylor's having one of his best games of the season, but his completion percentage is just always hurt by these wide receiver drops. Got to finish her off here as Taylor will be flush from the pocket, but Green comes open late and Taylor finds him. Very nice job to keep the eyes downfield. Now we're just running clock and trying to stay healthy for the conference championship game, but Colin's not done yet, hitting a dirty spin move to get out in the open field. This is where we like to pad the stats for him a little bit. Virginia literally knows we're running the outside run here, but they still cannot stop it, and Colin knows just how to cut to keep these defenders on skates. This will be another big play as he takes it 45 yards to the bank, and that'll close out a dominant rivalry win, as Colin was player of the game, an incredibly efficient performance on the ground. And Taylor balls out as well with 3 touchdown passes, looking real sturdy headed into the conference championship game.